Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Dropping Down from the Raptors podcast here on Toned In Entertainment. Today, joining me on the show, making her fourth appearance on the show, Miss Leila Grey. Leila, how are you doing, my friend?
What's up? What's up, guys? What's up, Tony? Thank you so much for having me back on the show. I've been fantastic, man. How are you?
Things are great here. We were down in Florida. We're now in Atlanta, GA, doing our thing up here now. So things have changed for us. Things have changed for you. Things have changed a lot for everybody. But
I love to see, we keep on growing and evolving and getting bigger and pushing forward. That makes me very happy.
Absolutely. Cherry Bomb's going, Leila.
Also, I want to thank you for using that great photo of me for the promotional graphic.
You know what? I think you have to be very, you have to think about what pictures. I see sometimes some people put pictures of people on their flyers, and I'm like, why are you using that? I'm like, you've got hundreds of great photos, Leila. Let's be honest to pick from. But I was like, I think that one represents like Leila Grey 2025.
Yes, I'm glad you understand, because some of these promoters, they'll use a photo like when you first stepped out on the scene, and it's like, come on, man.
Are you seeing ones with like the yellow and black still going around?
Yeah, if I see that, I'm like, wow, really, guys? Really? I'm sure you could have found, because I'm always posting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's like they just Google something real quick and they're like, oh, here we go, Leila Grey, this is our photo. I'm like, no, you gotta go with the times. Things change, especially with ladies in professional wrestling.
Exactly. We're always switching the gear, switching the hair. We lose weight, we gain weight. We're always evolving.
Well, let's talk about evolving, okay? Because our very first interview was in April 2021. So we're talking 4 years now. You were on a show that opened up a show. It was at like 10 o'clock in the morning on a Friday with the young professor. It was his show, right? So we're going back a little bit. And yes, best in class. It said, I know we mentioned it before. It said, Leila Grey was destined to be famous. That was like the quote in the yearbook. But I kind of want to talk about like the young professor and you, and kind of like maybe your growth together, because he booked you on that show. He is performing now in front of like 80,000 people with the Savannah Bananas. Yeah. You're performing in front of AEW. Is it kind of crazy to see maybe people who were just around in that little time period, like where they've gone and what they've done?
Absolutely. And this is just what I was talking about with you. And it's just like, yeah, it's crazy because I met a young professor. This was probably back in 2020, yes, during the pandemic, which is when I made my wrestling debut. And back then I was just this tiny little thing that didn't know anything, and I was so lost, and I didn't know who anybody was. And it was just such a special time and so exciting getting into the business. And the young professor, he oh my God, what's the word? He called my first match ever. So right. he did the announcing for it, and the commentary for it. And man, it's just so crazy. Yeah. And then we just kept a good relationship. And when he came out with that he was going to do his Best in Class show, I was one of the first people that he booked for his show. So I was very excited about that, and just to see his growth, and that he's out there with the Savannah Bananas. And I mean, he seems like he's really in his element, and he's still wearing his funky suits, and I just love all of that.
It's crazy. I remember that show, and I remember setting up the interview with you for that particular show, 2021, because I believed at that time that Leila Grey was destined to be famous. Like there was just something about, from your training down in Florida to your matches. I was like, you've got the it factor, and you're so young into this. And I'm like, I've got to get an interview now, because I know it's going to be difficult later. I'm going to just be another one of those people coming for that interview. So let's talk about the growth in your maybe your confidence. Because I remember you at that very first particular show as well, too. You were there with Luke. He had the blue hair. We were all standing outside of a place in Miami. And like, we didn't know each other at the time. I was just doing a couple interviews. Talk to me about maybe your confidence going into that very first show to where you are now, walking into a building in front of, tens of thousands of people.
Yeah, it's definitely been quite the journey, I'll tell you that much. I mean, back then I was, I really had no idea what I was doing. I was just young in this business and had a dream and really wanted to pursue this. So I was just going out there to try my best. But yeah, man, wrestling is hard, and it's hard to it's hard to learn. It's hard to do. You have to really love it and be dedicated in order to continue growing. And so from there, from then to where I am now, like, it's just such a vast difference. Even when I started at AEW, that happened pretty early on in my career. And, at the time, I felt like I had no idea what I was doing too. Like my whole career has been me getting thrown into the fire, and it's been sink or swim. And, I just have to figure it out. And that's what I've been doing. I figure it out and I keep pushing forward, and I'm always trying to get better. That's why I'm always moving around to different places, looking for different places to work, new people to train with, and just evolving and trying to get better. My time at OVW was very special to me. And then I went over to New Japan, and that was a completely different experience. Very, very difficult as well. But, all these things just add to who I am and the performer that I am. And I mean, I feel like I've improved a lot as well. And I mean, yeah, that's just part of the evolution, and it's been great. It's been quite the journey, lots of ups and downs for sure.
Yeah, we'll get back to the music, but this kind of segues. Me Cherry Bombs has a question, and I figure let me bring that up here. And she says, what brings you more joy, wrestling or music? And for those that don't know, those have been living in a closet or a basement or in a bunker, you just dropped an album. This is Leila that came out last Friday. So we'll segue into the album by saying, which one do you enjoy more first, music or wrestling?
I mean, it's difficult because I love them both. Like, at the end of the day, I am an entertainer. That is what I've always wanted to be. And I never had just one specific, like, I've always wanted to do music and modeling and acting and dancing. And then, like, I've just always been involved in entertainment. It's always what I wanted to do. Music was definitely my first love, my first passion in life. I've loved singing since I was 5 years old. I admire Selena. She was like my first idol in life that I wanted to be like, and I wanted to perform like her. So music was definitely my first love. And, wrestling, I was a fan in my younger days, but wrestling really came into my life at a later time when I feel like I needed it. I was unhappy with myself and where I was at in life at that moment. And I just feel like wrestling just came and just kind of saved me from a lot of things that I was dealing with. So I mean, it's really hard to pick. I love them both for different reasons. Wrestling, I love that I could go out there, be glamorous, be a badass, kick some ass. Like, I feel very powerful in that role. And I feel like, nobody can F with me. And then music, that's just like, I feel like that's where I can express myself the most and really be myself the most. So I don't know. It's hard to choose. I love them both.
Right. Okay. I mean, it's a fair answer. Well, let's, when we chatted last week, when we set up this interview, you said this album kind of, it was the perfect time to drop this album. It's a 7-song album. So why was it the perfect time for you to drop this, Leila?
I just feel like at this point in my life, I've, obviously still focusing on the wrestling, but I'm also focusing on, my passions in life. Like, aside from music, I am also doing bodybuilding. Like I had my first competition last year, and I'm actually, training now to compete again in December. So it's like there's just so many things that I'm passionate about and I love to do. There's many layers to Leila Grey that people may not know. Um, so yeah, this is just me stepping out there and being like, hey guys, this is who I am. There's more to me than meets the eye. This is Layla. So it was just a perfect time. I've always loved music. I felt like I almost gave it up because I was so focused in wrestling. And then I just realized like I don't have to choose. I could do them both. Like I could do it all. And that is what I'm trying to show the world, that I could do it all and I will.
Yeah, the songs on the album, Batty, Lucky, Right Way, Remedy, Curious, Paparazzi, the same. So I was jamming to it this morning on my way into work. And like to me, the album, if I had to explain in one word, it's just fun. Like it's fun. Like I was having just a good time listening to it. It's 7:30 in the morning. I'm trying to have my caffeine, but I'm like, okay, going to work with a smile. I'm pumped up. I'm having a good time. And I was jamming to all of them, but I feel like for my personal favorite was Lucky. Like I just feel like that's just a fun, good song. I feel like that's a movie that could be like in some movie, like like a montage somewhere.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
because movies and life is a lot of times about luck. So I feel like a lot of times like that song could be perfect for like something like that. I had visions in my head of just a movie montage when I was listening to that song.
Oh, I'm so glad that you enjoy that one. Yes, it's a very fun song. It's about me being out with my girls, having a good time, meeting a sexy boy, and it's just about being carefree and youthful and just very positive, having a good time, mingling with friends. So yeah, I really like that you say that the vibe of the album is fun, because that is definitely what I try to put out there. Like I'm a fun girl. I don't take things too seriously. I don't take life too seriously. I'm rarely ever in a bad mood. Like I'm just pretty positive and optimistic person. So I like my stuff to have energy and be fun and positive and uplifting. So I'm glad that the message was received.
I was gonna say, speaking of meeting that sexy boy, you did have Luke Curtis in one of your music videos as well too.
I did had to put my sexy boy in there.
And then
Yeah.
you also had Kiera Hogan in it as well too.
Yes, Kiera Hogan, my girl, made a cameo. Man, that was so cool of her to come and really show love in that way and be a part of it. I really wanted her to be a part of it, but with what we do, our schedules are crazy. So the fact that she was able to make it to the shoot and we killed it, it definitely added like, oh my God, it I felt like it took the video to another level, and it just added a different element. Like all of a sudden it's nighttime. Now we're on the beach and there's another girl with me and we're breaking it down in a choreo. Yeah, it was so awesome. And then having Luke in the video was so fun as well. Like, we like came up with the concept for this video together. Like we're driving there and we're like putting together a storyline, and we're putting the costumes together. Like, we were all hands-on in this project. So
I feel like that's the great thing about being here in 2025 when you're doing music, when you're doing videos. You can be like 20 years ago, let's face it, like you had to go through a record company. They were going to tell you how to dress, how to act, how to sing, what your lyrics had to be. But this feels like This Is Layla is legitimately This Is Layla, from the music videos to the songs in this album.
for sure. And I feel like being an independent wrestler kind of prepared me to be an independent artist. Because I was trying to pursue music. I was pursuing music before wrestling, and I didn't exactly know how to navigate it and, how to meet the right people, I don't know. I needed guidance. I was kind of lost in that department. But then when I got into wrestling, and a different form of entertainment, but still the entertainment business. And it really kind of taught me how to like, be my own boss. And, you know, I lock in my own bookings and this and that. So it kind of taught me how to, go out there, network and handle my business. And, that's what I've been doing. I bossed up and I'm like, I think I have, a little bit more insight on how I can do this time around. And, I have a great fan base from wrestling and they've been very supportive with the music and the videos and sharing everything. So yeah, it's just all been so great.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I've heard plenty of horror stories of artists. They get locked into these contracts, and not that there aren't shady people in professional wrestling as well too that you have to come across, but like definitely in music, I feel like a lot of artists have always got burned from like bad contracts to like just being stuck in something they don't want. And it's so great that like, you don't have to go through Interscope Records or Geffen, or if they're even around. I mean, I don't even know if these companies are even around, that you can legitimately be an independent artist and say what you want to say and be who you want to be and do what you want to do. And I think it's just so awesome.
And it's so much fun. And the creative aspect, like that's the fun part. Like I love making those decisions, the creative decisions on how I want to look and what kind of songs I want to sing and how I want my videos to be. Like, both of my videos, even Batty, like that whole concept, like I put it together as well. Like I'm creatively directing my videos over here. And it's awesome. It's so much fun. And, you're definitely way more passionate about something when it's yours and, you can make decisions on it and, everything falls on you. And I'm totally okay with that.
Well, it's so awesome to see your creative vision coming to life. And yeah, I can tell you from another creator to another creator, when you see your vision come to life, there's nothing more rewarding than that. So much props, much respect, and definitely congratulations on the release of the album.
Yeah, also before we move on, like I knew what I wanted, like with the video right way, like even that dance choreography scene at the end, like I had to like work directly back and forth with the director because I'm like, listen, I have a vision of how I want it to look. So, and I'm like, take this out, move this here, like I'm like, no, we need more of this. Stop cutting the dance too short. Like we need to see this and that and that. Like I had the vision, I knew what I wanted, and he did a fantastic job. Shout out to Shot by Shaq from Miami, Florida, because he did a phenomenal job on my video.
Did you shoot the video in Miami as well too, or was he directed in Miami? Because I didn't recognize the location.
I shot the video in Miami about 2 weeks ago. So,
oh, yeah. Sweet! Wow. Okay, quick turnaround.
Yeah, he was so quick. Yes. Not to throw shade on my previous director, but she took a little minute.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, is this coming, or did you rob me?
Right.
But I mean, the final product was great. I was very happy with it. So, but this guy turnaround time was really great, and he was great to work with. And, I had a friend who came and brought the snake. His name is Quentin Glenn. He's from the Everglades Outpost out in Homestead, Florida. I hit him up. I knew him from college. I did a college project and interviewed him. So this was already like, I don't know, 8 years ago. So I reached out to him like, hey, do you have any snakes? I'm shooting a music video. So he came through. Diamante, she also came through. You guys don't even see all this, but she's in the background holding some lights.
Oh, no, for real. Shout out to Diamante. Okay.
Shout out to Diamante. And Luke, he was not only a model, he was doing the audio, he was taking pictures, doing BTS. Like it was an effort from the crew. Like we were all hands-on, and it turned out amazing.
Yeah, so people have some wrestling questions, but we're going to get to them. It's about the album right now. Like I want to get to a couple more questions about the album, because you do have it available on streaming services. You have physical CDs because I bought one. So yes, because I needed my wife needed a physical CD in her collection, so we are getting a physical CD as well. And you've got shirts and all kinds of goodies. What other cool stuff do you have for the promotion of this album, Leila?
I mean, well, that's pretty much what I have now. I have the physical CDs, which I want to thank. There was a few fans that reached out to me and asked me, "Hey, you're gonna have physical CDs?" And I'm like, "Wait, what? Like, people still listen to that?"
It's collector's items. I don't own a CD player, but I know it's going to be a collectible for us. So.
Well, then I thought it was a great idea. I'm like, well, if I could figure out how to get this done, it's done. And a fan literally sent me a link. Here's where you can do it. And I'm like, okay, we're doing it. So I did it right away. I'm like, hey, we're getting CDs. So we have CDs, we have T-shirts. We're going to have signed 8x10s of the album. I'm thinking of doing like a whole little collector's box for this for my super fans, at a discounted price. And also, we are promoting the event. I am having an official album release show. This is taking place on Tuesday, August 19th in New York City at the Bowery Electric, and it is going to be so exciting. I haven't hit the music stage in quite some time, so I cannot wait. I'm ecstatic.
So what can people expect at the music release party? I mean, New York City, you're a New Yorker, right, Leila? I mean, that's your old stomping ground.
Born and raised. I'm a queen from Queens. The show is in the East Village, and I will be performing my album. So I'll be performing all the songs in the album. There's also going to be some special guests that will be opening the show, and I am headlining. So it's going to be great. Tickets are on sale now. You guys can find those on my social media at the links that I have posted. And, I expect to see all my New Yorkers out there, my New York fans. I'm so excited to be coming home, and we're going to put on a great show. We're going to rock on, man.
Like, I'm excited for you. Legitimately being honest, I'm so excited to see the growth and all the cool stuff that you're doing, whether we see you on Collision or Dynamite or, OVW or wherever you've been at, and then see you doing music and everything. It's just I respect the hustle so much because so many people talk about it, but they don't be about it. And you're just out there, just every little thing that you've been wanting to do, you've been knocking them off, and not just doing it, but kicking ass at it too.
I'm doing it. I am trying to cross off all these things off my bucket list, baby.
Yes, okay.
For real. I don't just want to be one thing in life. I want to be multiple things. That's just how I want to live my life. Even recently, I've taken up running. So me and my husband Luke, now we go running, and we run. I just ran 5 miles yesterday, and we've been going trail running in the mountains. And I mean, I'm just all about, we have one life. Okay.
Yes.
So we have to enjoy it, do as much as we can, and just make it count, man.
Yeah, there are some wrestling questions, and again, feel free to if you can't answer anything, it's fine. I'm just gonna read off the comments. And Prius asked your thoughts about Toni Storm.
Toni Storm backstage, on stage. I am obsessed with that girl. Let me tell you, I love her so much. Definitely 100% my favorite character in AEW. Male or female, she is killing it, and she's so cool, down to earth, backstage as well. So that's my girl.
I think Toni Storm is a great example to all of us about again, having a vision of where you want to go with something, really believing in it, and then just excelling in it so good. Because to me, it's one of the best things in professional wrestling is timeless. Toni Storm is so damn good and entertaining.
I can't get enough. Her promos, her matches, everything, just so entertaining. I'm like, how do you come up with this stuff? She says some outlandish things that I'm like, this is crazy.
I just imagine the powers that be backstage sometimes being like, what the heck is going on.
Yep. She's lucky she got that sexy accent, man, because I think it helps with getting away with some of the things she says.
It probably does. Let's see. Ash Perez wants to know, how is Marina Shafir and Athena?
Listen, everybody is cool. I have great relationships with all the girls at work. Like,
there's no drama gonna be found here, guys. That's for sure.
Yeah, no drama is gonna be found here, especially not with me. Let me tell you,
right.
I'm never involved in drama. I mind my business. I don't be knowing what's going on. Like,
Right.
I'm in my world. I'm busy planning my music videos in my head and figure out my next moves to be worried about the next person. But yeah, so I get along with everybody. Marina Shafir is super cool. I don't know if you guys saw that badass video she posted doing the
sick.
I'm like, she's gangster. She's gangster now. And Athena, like Athena is great. Not only is she cool, but like she's so knowledgeable as well. Yeah, definitely somebody that you could just, just approach her and ask for advice and stuff. Like, and she's real and she'll give it to you straight up.
Okay.
Like, she's not just gonna tell you what you want to hear. So she's definitely like a leader. She's definitely one of the locker room leaders, I would say.
Okay, but before you were in AEW, you did some stuff on with WWE, and Matthew wants to know about working with Raquel Rodriguez and Triple H.
Well, I actually did not meet Triple H when I was there. Vince was still in charge, and I didn't even get to see Triple H. Not that maybe I saw him from a distance, but I can't remember now at this point. But I did not get to meet him. But Raquel was awesome. She really made me feel comfortable because obviously I was hella nervous for that opportunity. But she definitely made me feel very comfortable. She was cool. She wasn't like, like acting any type of way. So it definitely made me feel a lot more comfortable going into the match. Also, I got to cut a live promo as my entrance. That was not televised, but I got to cut this promo when I did my entrance. And to be truthful, I was more nervous about the promo than I was about the match. I'm like, do not mess this up. Don't forget what you're supposed to say. So then by the time I got in the ring and I'm like, ooh, got through the promo. And I was ready for the match. And I thought that we had a pretty good match. I thought we had a pretty good match together. I got to get some stuff in. So I was happy.
Paula Rodriguez is applauding. I think she's a big fan of your work there, Leila Grey. Before I get to the next question that was off here, well, actually, let me get to that because the Jericho Crew, so podcast and wrestling. He has a question. How was the vibe of the Jericho Cruise? I mean, Jericho's been doing this for several years. It's always crazy. I mean, I know I need to get my ass on a Jericho Cruise too.
Yes.
But let's talk about the vibe. Yeah, let's talk about so maybe he hasn't been on the cruise. So what can kind of people expect when they go on the Jericho Cruise, or at least what was your experience?
Yeah, the Jericho Cruises are so much fun. So I went 2 years in a row. I didn't go this year, the one that they just did, but I went the previous 2 years. And I mean, they're so much fun. Everybody is mingling together, the wrestlers with the fans. There's, a lot of events. For example, I hosted a drunken spelling bee. So people would take shots and then I would give them a word to spell and they, have to spell it correctly or whatever. So fun stuff like that. I also hosted karaoke one of the years. So they just do a lot of activities. There's also a lot of Q&As. There's a lot of shows. So a lot of live music, it's a music and wrestling cruise. So it's best of both worlds. Like you get to see Fozzy, and then so many different bands and artists as well that perform, like Swerve. He's great on there. Harley Cameron. I love to see the AEW people perform so much. But yeah, it's just always such a vibe. It's so much fun. I definitely recommend booking your cabin early. But for me, as talent on the show, the one thing I had to remember that I learned the first year, I had to learn the hard way, is this is a work thing. Like, I showed up on the cruise,
right?
I showed up on the cruise, ready. Like, man, after I left that cruise, I'm like, I'm never drinking again. Because listen, you want to turn up and mingle because the vibes are so high, but like, you have to wrestle every night. So it's like, we had to, control ourselves and stuff. And so when I went the year after, I went with that mindset, like, I'm here to work.
I think mine would have been reversed. Like year one, I'm here to work, and then year two, I'm like, oh, maybe it's time to have a little fun. Or, and I actually think
the first year, I'm like, I'm going to cruise. I'm going to the Bahamas, man. Yes. 4 days. Oh yeah, we're ready. But yeah, then they give you a schedule, and I'm like, oh, no. I'm not just here to party.
No, I think I would actually do very well at the drunken spelling bee contest, but not at a sober spelling bee contest. I don't know how that works, but I just think I would probably do much better at the drunken spelling bee contest.
That's interesting.
Yeah, my mind works in mysterious ways, so I think a little alcohol may help me spell some words better. I'm just saying, And
it definitely helps in karaoke, that's for sure.
Well, that's for sure. Yes. We talked about promos, and me now, I'm doing a lot of backstage interviews now, and the hardest, I think, transition for wrestlers has been, they love getting in the ring and doing their stuff, but doing an interview and doing promos and stuff, it kind of freaks a lot of people out by doing that. How was it for you? Because you've now done promos on AEW, you've done promos on Ring of Honor and OVW and everywhere you've gone. So how did you finally maybe realize that switch is turned to maybe now you feel comfortable and confident in doing your promos for live television?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say for the most part, I've always felt comfortable speaking and comfortable in front of the camera. I went to college and I have my bachelor's in broadcast media. So that's what I was studying in college. I was I was going to be a news reporter, guys. And, so
you made the right choice, Leila. You made the right choice.
I was going to be a news reporter. I studied abroad in Spain. There, I was conducting a lot of interviews and stuff. After college, I worked in radio. So I worked in radio for probably like almost 2 years right after college. So again, more experience there speaking and interviewing people. And so, now it's kind of flipped and I'm the one getting interviewed. But, I feel like this is the way that it was always supposed to be.
You mentioned on the cruise Harley Cameron, and I just had the privilege of doing an interview with her 2 weeks ago at One Fall Wrestling. I don't think I've met anybody who has more energy than Harley Cameron. Like, it's legit. Like what you see, I think it's what you get.
For real. That girl has energy. I'm like, where do you get this from, girl? Yes, but man, such a positive spirit. Like, Harley's the type of person that when she's not at work, like, you notice it in the locker room because she's always laughing super loud and just being goofy. Like, that's who she is. And that's why everybody loves her. So yeah, like, she's been out because, she had a broken nose. And I texted her. I'm like, hey girl, hope you're good. Checking on you. I'm like, you're definitely missed in the locker room. That's for sure.
Yeah, she's legitimately a little ball of energy. That's for sure. I want to go back to, obviously, and I was going to screenshot it today, and I went to Netflix, and the thumbnail, you were the thumbnail for like the longest time, but it's not there. At least today, I had
they
2
always
steel
switch
chairs up there. Yeah, I was like,
They
but like,
always switch it. You know, sometimes people send me the screenshot, "Hey, you're the thumbnail," and I'll go check, and I'm like, "I'm not the thumbnail." So I don't know. Like it's always changing, and it seems like it's different, and maybe like different households. Yeah, because sometimes people be like, "Hey, you're the thumbnail right now," and I'll go check, and I'm not. So I'm like,
right, because I'm gonna screenshot it.
it took me the longest time to see it because
Right.
like I knew because people were tagging me in the photos. Hey, you're the thumbnail, you're the thumbnail. But every time I would go check, like I wasn't. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? But yeah, I get hyped every time I see myself on Netflix, forever immortalized on the platform.
I know the surrealness. I know you've talked plenty about the wrestler, so I'm not going to dive into that. But just the surrealness of like being, immortalized, or I don't know if that's the right word, but like just that time of your life will always be for. I mean, a lot of our times will forever be captured by the internet now as we're growing up. But to have like the full camera crew and just to document your life and still like for everybody to see on Netflix. I mean, it's got to be just one of those another crazy things in your life.
Absolutely. So crazy. And sometimes like I feel like I forget about it. Or not really forget, but I'm like, did that really happen? Like, is that really real? Because I mean, it is crazy. It was a crazy summer and a very special one. I mean, my whole time in OVW was great. And overall, like I'm so blessed to have had that experience. And the show, that was just, man, that was amazing. And they captured my engagement on there. And at the end of the series, me telling Al Snow that I just got signed to AEW. So it's like, man, that was just such a cool time. And we were grinding. I mean, I'm always grinding, but like, we were like really grinding to get signed at that point. And man, it was just, it makes me very happy that I'm always gonna have that. Like it's a Netflix original show, so it's always gonna be on there. And I still actually watch it from time to time. Put it on for a friend like 2 weeks ago, and I watched some of it. So I still watch it from time to time.
You brought up Al Snow, and I know you train with Gangrel, and like both of them, like when you talk to them in real life, are two of the most chill people you could ever talk to in your entire life. But like when you step into that ring, I feel like I mean, I've never worked with Al, but I've seen Gangrel in work, and he gets what he wants out of his students, that's for sure. And I know you trained with him
Oh
for a
yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Gangrel was very, it was very tough. I was so scared of him. I'm not even gonna lie. I was so scared of him. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's so nice. He's so nice." And I like when you do actually talk to him. He is a very nice guy. Um, Definitely nothing but positive things to say about him. But yeah, man, he is so intimidating. Um, I would say he was even more intimidating to me than Al Snow for some reason. I guess because Al Snow, like, I was watching him on Tough Enough and stuff, and he was always the cool coach. And I watched so many of his seminars and interviews on YouTube. So when I went to OVW, I kind of felt like I already knew him a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had approached him like before at like conventions and introduced myself and hey, I want to come to OVW, I want to move to Louisville and all that stuff. But yeah, man, it was great learning from the both of them. Like Gangrel, that was so early on in my
Yeah.
career. But after that, like right around that time, that's when I started doing the AEW. So it definitely he definitely played a part, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know you guys went from South Florida to Kentucky. Now you're on the West Coast, and I know you went out to New Japan and did some training out there. And I know I've known a couple people that have gone out there to New Japan, and I've heard their stories. So, can you share a couple of like some of your stories, like maybe expectations versus like what you got out there, or maybe
Yeah,
yeah,
well, so like when I got out there, I knew it was gonna be hard, obviously, because I'm like, this
right,
is this is Japanese strong style. But I don't think I knew exactly what I was getting myself into. I saw people that I knew that had done it. So I'm like, oh, these people are doing it. Like, I could do this. So I signed up for the academy. I moved out there to LA. And man, the very first day, we're doing 300 squats. We are like, they did not come to mess around.
Okay.
and man, yeah, they killed us. That I'm doing all this thing, and in my head, I'm like, man, what the hell am I getting myself into right now? Like, what the hell? I'm like, I gotta do this for the next 4 months. Like, this is crazy. When I tell you it was crazy, like, it's crazy. Like, students legit like throw up, like, in the middle of this. They'll run to the bathroom and you just hear them over there. And like, it's no joke. It is no joke. It definitely instilled something in me and definitely toughened me up. And I feel like I definitely got what I wanted out of it. And I became more confident in my work and in myself as a wrestler. And yeah, it definitely it helps improve your cardio. But yeah, it is tough. It is tough. And I don't think anybody will tell you that it was easy.
Right.
It is tough. But one of the best things about it is the coaches, they know that it's tough, and they're in there grinding it out right next to you too. Like when you're doing, 500 squats, like they're doing it as well too. So shout out to Kushida, to Fred Rosser, Justin Morales, like, because they're in there grinding it. They're not just like watching us do it, like they're in there with us too. So
they're practicing what they're preaching. That always helps you get motivated. Like I always felt like even when I was training with coaches at points when I was Spartan racing and Tough Muddering and all that good stuff, like I wanted to work out with coaches that I knew could do it as well too at that high level, so you could try to compete with them. So because the only way you can get better is to like train with somebody that's higher than you are.
absolutely.
Yeah. So you went out to California, you've been doing the dojo, the music videos, and speaking of hard, like I feel like the hardest thing, at least for would have to be this dieting and getting ready for these fitness competitions that you're getting into. Like, does that literally take a toll on your mental capacity trying to like get into that zone?
It does, because I mean, like every day I'm on a routine and I'm so busy every day. And also like you have to cook your meals and stuff. And it all takes so much time and work out of your day. So I'm trying to balance all these things that I do: working out, lifting heavy ass weight, traveling and going to wrestle. And then I have to pack all these meals and travel with them and make sure that I eat all this stuff. And sometimes you don't want to eat. A lot of times I'm not hungry, and you got to force yourself, because you have to consume these meals. Like you have to. So you have to force yourself to do it. I love food. I'm a foodie, so I'm always looking. I'm always looking. But see, now I work. I'm like, I try not to really go into catering. I go into catering. I grab bottles of water, and I walk out, because I'm like, let me not get tempted, because they be putting out these chocolate chip cookies that are so good, and like the catering be good too. So so much variety all the time. I'm like, damn, just a little bite, so nibble. So yeah, so I really have to stay on top of my game and be consistent, and it's hard balancing it all. Sometimes you have those days that I'm just like, I don't want to do any of this. Like, I wish I could just run away. But it's a lot of up and down mentally. So, but at the end of the day, it's what makes me happy, because I don't know who I am if I'm not doing these things.
Right.
And I have to stay active and chasing my dreams, chasing my passions, or else I'll feel like a loser. And let me tell you, being a loser is my biggest fear in life. So that's why I'm always like, I can't stay still. I'm always doing something else. I'm always doing something. Like, for example, the bodybuilding thing started because, after Jade left AEW, they didn't have anything for me at the moment. So I was home for a majority of the year. Like, I would come in sporadically here and there, but for the most part, I was home for probably like 10 months. So I spent a lot of time at home, and at first it's very depressing. It's very depressing. You feel shitty about it. But I'm like, I could either be depressed and be home and just sit on this couch, or I can, get up off my ass and put some work in. So I hired a coach. I'm like, I'm going to do bodybuilding. I'm going to compete. I'm going to get in shape. This is what I'm going to do. And, all these things, it's, it correlates with my job. I want to be a great wrestler, so I have to be in shape for that as well. So it's like, I'm always trying to do things to become a better wrestler, to impress Tony Khan. There's only two men in this world that I want to impress, and that's my husband and Tony Khan. So yeah, I'm like, I'm always just trying to prove myself that I'm like, man, I'm capable of so much, and I could do so much more, and I'm a badass, and I could do it all. So,
well, they may have not had anything for you for a while, but now, like, I love Skyflight. I think this really fits really well. Like, with Christopher Daniels and Scorpio Sky and Top Flight, like I watched the match from Collision this week, and you guys took on the Infantry as well too. Who, quick plug, they'll be at One Fall Wrestling next Saturday on the 16th. You get your tickets. But anyways, the Infantry as well. But like, I really like this group. Like this one, I feel like it just has meat and potatoes. It has rawness. It has character. It has like a lot of
about it. Yeah. Especially having Christopher Daniels involved. I'm like, man, Christopher Daniels, he is so experienced, so knowledgeable. And not only just that, but like literally like one of the best wrestlers in the world. Like when I watch this stuff, I'm like, holy shit, TD. I'm like, I didn't know you were the greatest wrestler ever.
It's stupid how good his matches are. Like if you go back and watch, especially the Impact era, it is ridiculous how good those matches are.
Yes. And he definitely inspired me even before all of this, because one of my finishing moves is the angel wings. So I'm like, man, I put that out into the universe before it even happened. So I'm excited about this new team. I love working with Top Flight. So, we're very close, the three of us, and we have a good bond. So I'm glad that I still get to work with them. And now we just added, more layers to it all. And it's great to have Scorpio back.
Yes.
Yeah, he's so talented, and people love SCU. So it's great to have him come back and to have us be a part of all of that. Like, yeah, it's great. And I'm the only female, so representing.
You can hold it down all by yourself. There ain't no worries about that. You know that.
Holding it down.
Yeah. I know Jack Jameson was on a podcast I was listening to the other day, and he was talking about Top Flight and just how seamless like everything is. Action Andretti, he threw that name out there too. But we'll talk about Top Flight. Like, just watching them, I mean, I guess the term has been taken by like the Hardy Boys, poetry, emotion, that type of thing. But it is ridiculous, like when you just sit there and watch these guys perform. Like it seems unreal.
Oh yeah. And like when we were doing stuff with Action and Leo as well. So it was Action, Leo, and then Top Flight, we were all together, and I'm just out there when I was, valeting for them, and I'm just watching these guys, and I'm like, holy crap, man. I'm like, these guys could go. They're so talented. They do not miss a beat. And I'm like, I'm huffing and puffing just watching them.
That's right. I'm huffing and puffing sitting on the couch watching you guys. So it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Well,
the
it's just
talent is out of this world.
it really is. It really is. And like I'm so happy for you, like to be doing all this cool stuff. There's a couple more questions here. You did mention Jade Cargill, and John wants to know about Mina Shirakawa and Jade Cargill backstage.
Let's start with Mina. Mina is so much fun. Mina is so much fun, like exactly how you guys see her on TV, like bubbling and dancing and stuff. Like she's so much fun. She's so sweet. I feel like I met her. When did I meet her? Maybe like sometime last year. So I haven't even known her as long as some of the other girls. And I mean, I don't know, right from the jump when she came into the locker room, like she was just little ball of positive energy, and she's just so cute. So cute in Hawaii. So yeah, she is definitely a great addition to the roster. So congrats to her on becoming officially all elite as well. And then my girl Jade, listen, I'm still team Jade. I'm still supporting Jade no matter what company she works at. Like, you know, I'm not gonna front. Jade is a tough cookie. Jade is a tough cookie, and I'm sure fans, you guys could probably tell as well. But like me and Jade, we got along really really well. Like Jade can be misunderstood, and I don't know. I just feel like we got kind of close working together, and I had a good experience working with her, and I can't thank her enough, honestly, because of that, and her wanting me to be a part of the baddies, it led to all of this.
Yeah.
Honestly, it led to Tony Khan seeing me and really you know putting an eye on me and being like, oh, okay, maybe there is more to this girl. Because as I mentioned, I was so new to the business when I started in AEW, like very very inexperienced, but because of Jade, AEW was able to see my hard work and dedication. And I'm very, I feel like I'm somebody that could fit in many different roles. Like, now I'm in a new role with the guys, and I feel like you can kind of put me in a lot of different areas in AEW, and I think that I would do well.
Yeah. And the one area that I think we need to see in, and you proved it over in OVW because you were OVW Women's Champion. I know at least 2 times, if I'm not mistaken, right, Layla? Was it three? 4 times. Shit, I said at least 2, so at least I was right on that point. Okay, I know it was at least 2 times. So a 4-time OVW Women's Champion. I know you've gone for the Ring of Honor Championship, and with Red, you were, had some stuff going on. But like, I think there's no limit to what Leila Grey can accomplish, whether we've seen it in OVW and in AEW.
Yep. But I need some gold. I need some gold,
Yes.
and I am one of the contenders for the new Ring of Honor Women's Pure
Yes.
Championship. So whenever we officially start that tournament, I will be competing for that. And there's also been a lot of talks, and even Tony's been talking about it lately, about
Okay.
women's tag titles.
I was going to bring that up. Okay. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
and I have been hoping for women's tag titles for the longest time. From when I was in the baddies, I'm like, we need some women's tag titles. So I am, trying to figure out who should I tag with, because I definitely want to go for those.
Yes, and I think it would just add more. I'm a huge supporter of women's wrestling, and I would love to see more matches with women on TV, period, and everywhere, in every facet. But I feel like a tag team division would help get 4 more women on TV every single week, whether they're competing
Yes.
for titles or they're going for it or tournaments or whatever it may be. I just think it opens a whole new window to get ladies into more matches.
For sure, for sure. And tag matches are so much fun too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I haven't even had so many throughout my career, but I've had enough that I'm like, I really enjoy this. And if I could do it on a higher level at AEW, and find the right partner, like I would definitely enjoy that. And would really, really want to go for those tag titles.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I have some people in mind, like Red Velvet, perhaps, or Viva Van.
Okay.
I think that she would be great, and I think we can make a great team.
Yeah, I think there's just a limitless possibilities with the talent that's going on there, and you got Sky Blue and Julia Hart that are doing their thing over there. You've got like all these great combos of women out there.
Somebody else I'd want to tag with, Nyla Rose.
Oh,
Man,
let's go.
We would dominate. We would really be Beauty and the Beast, and like, I'm coming out on her shoulders like Jungle Boy used to do.
Yeah.
Like Nyla is hilarious, and oh my god, she would probably be my number one pick if I had to pick somebody to tag with.
I like that because I've always been a fan of like the Hart Foundation, the Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the Bret the Hitman Hart, like the contrast in style. So like Nyla Rose, Leila Grey, let's make it happen. I love that. Like that I'm feeling that one. That wasn't even on my radar, but I like that. I like that one a lot.
Yes. I'll talk a lot of shit because my girl Nyla could back me up.
You got that. Like, go talk to her. She got it.
Exactly.
I like that. Prius Wrestling kind of has, I guess, maybe a hope maybe for a music video here. It says the next music video, Leila Grey, bring Toni Storm and Mina together for one music video.
Now that people saw that I'm, putting out these music videos, and especially after seeing Kiara make the cameo, I've actually had a few wrestlers hit me up like, put me in the next one, put me in the next one. So yeah, man, I mean, you never know. I would love to have more of the girls in my videos. Like, I would definitely put Toni Storm and Mina. You know who I really want to put? I want to put Mercedes in my video. Mercedes needs to be on my next song, to be honest. And then we need to come out and do our thing.
I feel like, again, like wrestling.
I'll be the young CEO, and we got this.
Yeah, just like wrestling, there's limitless possibilities with music as well too. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to collaborate with everybody. Like, I want to make music with Swerve and with Leo Rush, and
yes, Swerve and Montezi could be producing those things. Like, let's go. Like
Samantha the Bomb. I'm a big fan. So I would love to make music with her as well.
I think we see a sequel to This Is Leila coming soon. Like, I definitely think we need a sequel already.
Volume 2 coming soon.
Let's go. Before we wrap this up, Leila, I mean, I have to I don't think I have officially congratulated you other than messages, but again, congratulations on your wedding to Luke Curtis. Just an awesome guy as well too. And I feel like everything that you do in your life is a movie, and the wedding highlight video that you guys put out is freaking epic. Like, if anything screams, like, I'm sitting there watching it and I'm like, this feels like it could be a trailer for a reality show on Netflix because it's so damn good.
Let me tell you something. I am far from basic. I don't like anything to look regular or like, I like all my stuff to be high quality and my things to be different. So yeah, when I hired this videographer, like, she really knocked it out the park. I was not even I knew her work was good, but I was not even expecting it to be that cinematic. And then when I saw it, I'm like, she got it. I'm like, this is the perfect wedding video for me and Luke, because we're just like extra as hell. Like, we are so extra and over the top, and nobody should expect any less from us.
Absolutely. Well, Leila, what cool stuff do you have coming up? Any conventions, anything going on besides AEW and the music stuff that we talked about?
Besides AEW and the music stuff, besides my performance, that is, let me mention it one more time.
Yes.
On August 19th in New York City at the Bowery Electric. That's where I'll be performing. Tickets are on sale now. So aside from that and my album dropping and music video, I've just really been focusing on, also this bodybuilding competition that I have going on, that coming up in December. So I'm really about to lock in super hard right now and start prepping. So you will be seeing me on the bodybuilding stage in December. And I mean, I don't know, with all this running I got going on, there's talks I might be joining a marathon. I might be running in a marathon. So let's see, because I'm trying to do it all. I'm telling you, like, I cannot stay still. And yeah, there's a lot more coming. There's a lot more coming. I'm dipping my toes in so many other things. And, you know, once we're further along, I'll release that info to the public. But in the meantime, guys, stay tuned. And thank you guys so much for your continued support. It means the world to me. And I'm here today doing what I love because of all you guys. So thank you so much.
You said marathon. Have you ever ran a marathon before or a half marathon?
I have not. No.
Okay.
But,
So are you going for the full marathon?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Right now in my head, I'm like, right now where I am physically, I'm like half marathon.
Okay.
But I don't know. I kind of want to push myself. So we'll see. This actually started because Luke is doing a marathon in October, the Las Vegas Marathon, and it's for a good cause. He's actually raising money for charity for addiction. So it's running from addiction. And so he's actually been inspiring me. He's been out there running. He went out the other day and ran 13 miles.
So he got his half in the other day.
Yeah, he got his half in already. So yeah, so he's been inspiring me to, you know, see what I can do with these legs.
Okay. I've done the Miami half marathon a couple times. And like, I think you should just go for the marathon. Cause I think if you do the half, you're gonna be like, oh wait, I got to add another 13 onto this. Like, just go for the marathon. Just go for
it. Just do it, right?
Yes, just go for it. Because I think if you do the half, you're gonna be like,
home. That's how I'm feeling.
Yes, go for the full marathon.
Yeah. But if I don't do it this October, I'll be there supporting Luke. But we'll see, guys. You guys will know. You'll see about for this marathon.
Yeah, you'll definitely keep us posted. Well, best of luck to Luke on that full marathon in Las Vegas. I love that it's for a cause, running from addiction. That sounds like such a great cause to be doing. So if you're going to do a marathon, do it for a great cause. It sounds like it's a great cause. So I really do. Sure. I definitely respect that.
We're raising money on GoFundMe, so you can find that on our social medias as well. If you guys find it in your hearts to donate to the cause. But yeah, we're doing great things. We're doing great things on this end. Also, before we get out of here, I'll be wrestling at FSW out in Las Vegas this month. On the 17th, we have a casino show. And then on the 31st, we're doing an all-women show. So FSW, Future Stars of Wrestling. I'll be there wrestling this month. Check me out, guys.
Awesomeness. Okay, so out there in Las Vegas, wrestling, AEW, the music, the performances in New York, getting ready for bodybuilding competitions and everything else that's coming your way. You're definitely not one that's staying bored. Well, Leila, I just want to congratulate you and thank you again for your time this evening.
Thank you so much for having me. I had such a great time chatting, and we'll talk soon, man.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Make sure you're following Leila. Please pick up the album. Support. It's on iTunes. I bought it off of Apple Music, and I bought the physical CD. So I bought it 2 times.
Yes. You are a real one, Tony.
Yes.
You can find the album, This Is Leila, wherever you stream your music. And if you want a physical copy, hit up the Leila Grey store.
All right, guys. Well, definitely follow Leila. Please pick up the CD. It's awesome. You're going to have a good time with it. Watch the music videos. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that red subscribe button so you can stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.